Dude,
There's a woman to me. What is that?
Dude, I don't know.
I'm a woman. Oh!
Yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah, man?
I don't know how that goes.
Oh, yeah, we've got a thingy for this. What is up, guys? We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
Ah.
And today, we're streaming Junkies, baby.
You.
Netflix film.
Well, before we like begin, do you want to read the first thing, the
The
summary?
don't read this one.
Yeah.
When it says don't read this one. The movie is a story about a couple who suffers a tragic loss when their newborn baby passes briefly after she was born. Martha, played by Vannessa Kirby, mourns the loss of the baby and takes a lot of shit from her family, but she's not having it. Sean, played by Shia LaBeouf, tries to grieve with her, but snorts some and fucks her cousin instead. That's the synopsis. But I'm Will. That's when.
Yep.
Continuity Crew. I already said that. Piece of Woman, starring Vannessa Kirby, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. But synopsis. You want to read the one
That's real.
the real one? Yeah.
The movie is a story about a couple who suffers a tragic loss after when their newborn baby passes briefly after she was born. Martha, played by Vannessa Kirby, tries to live with this loss as her family seeks compensation and answers for damages to the death of the baby. So basically, in the movie, the family tries to get the I guess the midwife,
Yes.
the person that does home births. They try to have her they try to get her to court.
I
And,
guess. Yeah. And while Vannessa Kirby, Martha, she's very I just want to be done with it, essentially. Yeah. And that's her way of mourning, while everyone else is like, why won't you? Yeah. So
there's some truth to the first summary that we read.
Yeah. I mean, first 30 minutes straight up, just her having birth, essentially. Yeah. And it's so good.
It's such a
I mean, it was it's almost scary. I don't know. It's just, it feels so real. I haven't had a kid, but also it's just that seems about right.
Yeah.
Essentially. Also just the editing, and you even mentioned the cinematography, so good.
I fell in love with that so much while watching this.
One just specific, the shots of the bridge that way they had in there.
Yeah.
The bridges were a big thing, and I guess you could lead that to her mourning. You got to get out across the bridge, and Shia LaBeouf built bridges, blah blah blah.
Before we get into a more in-depth review, though, I do feel like we should do just a quick thing, because I feel like we might spoil the movie a little bit in case someone wants to watch it, or if this was just a thing that people want to look up on YouTube. That's what is this movie like?
So this is the best movie ever. Not really. Okay, but it's honestly, after sitting on it, because I've probably watched it a week ago, I think it's better than Minari, and I loved Minari. This movie, film-wise, I probably, if I were to rank them, Minari, favorite-wise, Minari's better, but this movie, critically, and, to me, it's damn near perfect.
I think the difference between this and Minari is that you can't really enjoy this movie while watching it.
Yeah.
Just because it's so depressing.
It is. It really is. But I know I saw something. This is one of Martin Scorsese's apparently new favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm yeah, okay. Definitely can see it.
Yeah.
This is also, since it is an Oscar nominated, we're on the road to the Oscars. It nominated only for Best Actress, which is
crazy,
insane.
Yeah. I feel like this movie deserved way more.
Dude, honestly, I think cinematography,
editing.
I think editing. No other
costume design was great.
Maybe supporting actress from the grandma, because God, I hated her.
She was cinematography, costume design. I definitely think maybe the set, and then production design. Yeah, and then I think Shia LaBeouf might also get that supporting.
I could see it, but
yeah, he's kind of in.
I think he's got too much of a stigma, and he's got stuff going on in his own life.
I mean, not dedicated, but he was really into this movie. He showed his dick a little bit.
He did. You saw his pee-pee.
That there's that scene that made me so uncomfortable in that movie.
Yeah,
That was
like
so
that's
uncomfortable.
it literally feels like, I don't know, some movies like it just feels like this could all happen. Like
Yeah.
it literally feels like just real, and there's no like feel good moments. Like that's Minari. There's like feel good moments. There's victory. There's victory in this too, and there's also loss, but it just feels so like, it literally feels like I'm watching, like I'm living her life essentially. And that's why, like, I'll go and say like she should win Best Actress, I think, without a doubt. The fact this is only nominated for this, she should win Best Actress.
Yeah, this movie really hooks you in the first 30 minutes. Fun fact about that, apparently, there's some, not truth, but apparently, I think one of the biggest achievement for this movie was that it's, this, what is it called? That kind of thing is supposed to be like 8 hours, but they did it in like 30 minutes, which apparently is one of the shortest, I have it on here. It's, yeah. The writer and director are partners also. They removed the scene. Yeah. Dude, it was on here. Berlin. Oh, yeah. Okay. The movie features the longest delivery scene ever filmed and somehow puts it into a 23-minute scene.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, it literally feels like you are delivering this baby with them.
Yeah.
I will say, like, also, you should watch this movie probably by yourself. I feel like this should be like an experience for you.
Yeah.
Like, you should watch this. And I mean, it's definitely not for everyone, without a doubt. Like, but it's just so like, it is an experience of just film.
If you have anxiety, I think you have to, just a little anxiety warning.
Yeah.
You might get it a little bit in this movie. I definitely did.
Yeah.
It was easy. It was easy to move past that. Everything about this movie, it's just great, man. I wasn't expecting it to be how it is.
Either. I thought this was just gonna be kind of a run of the mill, like straight up. Okay, so this is gonna sound bad.
Okay.
But whenever I watched it, like I was watching it and I literally had to force myself to stay awake, but I literally like passed out. Like I've never didn't know I was falling asleep. This movie didn't put me to sleep. Like this is
You're just tired.
I just passed out. Like I was trying to stay awake so much and so like into this movie. I couldn't stay awake though and passed out. I was so tired, but it's just so good.
Yeah. So good. Yeah. This movie, I'm very impressed with Vannessa Kirby. Kirby's performance, because we've only seen her in like, well, I've only seen her
Hobbs
in
and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw, yeah.
Mission Impossible.
A little bit of The Crown.
I haven't seen The Crown, but
Jupiter is Ascending, apparently she was in that.
Okay.
As Catherine Dunleavy. I think that was like Mila Kunis's friend or something. But yeah, so. That's all.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw and Mission Impossible Fallout, and apparently she's gonna be in 7 and 8. So yeah. So this might be her crowning achievement for.
I'd love to see like I'd love to yes with her, but also just other actors and actresses, movies like this. I'm sure they're out there. Yeah. But like, I don't know if you could do, like, I know people can do as good as this, but I don't know, something about this one was so good.
It's original. It's definitely like, we've seen movies with like tragic stories with, like birth and everything like that. But this one just kind of dug deep.
Yeah, it just feels real isn't even the right word for it. It's just lifelike. I don't know. And it makes it so, but also makes it very cinematic. So
yeah. I want to go back to the first 30 minutes.
Yes.
That apparently took about 6 days and 6 takes and 3 days to film, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
Because like that was a 23-minute scene, and let's say, what is that movie? The Birdman.
Yes.
Yeah, I think with the Birdman they were able to do a lot of practice, or they were able to rehearse it. But this one is kind of impressive because it only took them 6 takes in 3 days.
Yeah,
that's not normal.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. The camera work in that first 30 minutes was excellent.
It's like. And I commend that for just like, you feel like you're there. Like, it's very engrossing.
I want to get technical for a second.
Go for it.
I love this style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
It felt. Are you familiar with guerrilla
Yes,
filmmaking?
yes.
And run and gun. Yeah, this movie felt very run and gun.
Mm-hmm.
It felt very planted. It felt like people were rushing,
Yeah.
but they were choreographed so well.
Yeah, like literally those first 30 minutes feel like a dance.
Yeah.
Or like a stage play, like a silent
Yeah.
stage play. But I mean, they're talking, but you know what I mean? There's so much emotion there without them even saying anything.
I don't know if you noticed this, but this was my favorite out of all their camera work. Shia LaBeouf and Vannessa Kirby's character, they're never in the same frame together.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, because they're arguing, they're separated basically. They're never in one shot together, face to face, unless it was like, there were a few parts where they were conflicting or whatever. But throughout the movie, you never see them together in one shot.
Yeah.
And she's always alone in a shot, except when someone is there. For example, that scene when they were having dinner or about to, everyone, the camera is right behind another actor. That made me feel some type of way. I just love watching it.
I would agree. Like the one scene where she like kind of goes off on everyone at dinner. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. The blocking too. The way everyone just kind of fluidly moved across the camera in that house, in his mom's house.
Dance, dude, like it's so pretty.
It's so well choreographed. It's crazy how the director did it. Because like everyone, like that Chris guy, the sister's husband or whatever he was talking, but like she was walking into the kitchen and the camera would be on the next room and the camera would be looking at her, and then someone would walk across the frame, and then she would walk into she would walk into that room where the camera is, and then she'd grab something, and then the camera would pan back to Shia LaBeouf, but then it would just basically stay on her ass for a little bit. Yeah. And then Shia LaBeouf would get up, and then it's just a beautiful dance. I loved it. That work, the fluidity of it was just, ooh, I loved it. I don't know if they shot it with a Steadicam or if they shot it with a gimbal.
It's a good way to describe it. Like it just feels so fluid. Like this movie runs like water.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
It's ridiculous. Honestly, it is ridiculous that it is only nominated for Best Actor.
Yeah,
Actress.
Yeah. Everything about this movie has a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
Except maybe for like the cousin cheating thing. Dude, that gave me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was really weird.
Did
you like that?
It was fine. I think it was just another like wedge to put in between Vannessa Kirby and Shia LaBeouf's characters.
Yeah, yeah.
So
you can see them split more actually with just the cinematography. You can see them like be more apart,
more distant. Yeah,
yeah. The crazy thing about this movie to me is not just the cinematography, but apparently the story. Because the writer, this is actually basically her story. Because what happened was that she suffered from the same thing that Vannessa Kirby's character suffered from, but she briefly moved to, I think, not Belgium. I think Berlin. Belgium. But yeah. And then she wrote the screenplay, and then her husband is the director, and they were like, "Yeah, let's make this." Yeah,
I hadn't heard of any of the movies the director had done, but seeing this made me want to watch them. I mean, I feel like this was a perfect storm type situation where it just like all came together perfectly. And I don't think the other ones will live up to it, but I still want to watch him because he seems like a great filmmaker, and so does his wife. So
yeah, what a tag team.
Yeah,
kind of feels weird saying that for some reason. Tag team.
Get your head out of the gutter, man.
Sorry, her name is Kata Weber.
Okay.
She's a Hungarian actress, writer, and casting director. She has 23 acting credits, mostly international, and 5 writing credits. Wow, that's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
5 writing credits. That's not even... And to be nominated this far, maybe. Yeah, Jupiter's Moon.
Yeah, and that's all the director.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they do a lot of stuff together, so...
Yeah.
They seem like international films as well. So.
Here's a fun fact. The cinematographer is Benjamin Loeb. He was the director of photography for Mandy.
Which
Color
is
Out of Space.
awesome.
Yeah.
Which just makes me like the movie more.
I'm very impressed. I forgot about that. I wrote the shit and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then I just remembered that. I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. Oh man, because Mandy.
We enjoyed that movie.
Oh yeah, like the fact, like I can definitely see that the cinematography wise of like Mandy is like that's a movie. I'll say it should be studied for cinematography. That's got this guy, excellent cinematographer. Like it's insane. Let's any final thoughts? Should be nominated more. Vannessa Kirby loses the Oscar, I'm gonna be pissed. There's some other great actresses, don't get me wrong, but she deserves it without a doubt, because this also just, if this was nominated for some other stuff, I'd be like, okay, if she doesn't win, it's fine. But the fact this is the only thing, she better win, because
What is Borat nominated for?
best adapted, best supporting actress, I believe.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was more. Okay,
They got
that's not so
more
bad.
at the Golden Globes because they have the comedy and drama section combined, which is so dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Borat won supporting actress, I think I'd be almost okay with that. Not adapted screenplay, but this better win. I'm gonna go ahead and say this movie is a 10 out of 10 on enjoyment and critical for me, because it's just, I don't know, it blew me away.
Yeah. Final thoughts. I can't believe that this movie wasn't nominated. Yeah, well, that's exactly what it said. What I put on here. I think it definitely deserves cinematography or costume design. I'm sure a lot of people would be like, that's very standard cinematography, but I don't know. I felt like this movie deserved it. Overall, although the movie is excellent, I'm not really sure about Vannessa Kirby taking the dub on this one.
Fair enough.
I've said like her acting was great, but she has a lot of people that are way above her, kind of, in a way, that are somewhat more talented. So yeah, I'll give this movie though a 9.5. That's one of the biggest ones that I've that's one of the biggest ratings I've ever given.
I think we both love this movie, which is almost funny because normally we disagree on certain movies, but this one, it hit both.
Don't tell them that. They might know the secret to our YouTube success.
Yes.
Yeah. I think for the Oscars, we've agreed on most of them so far.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Like I said, this year's Oscars has felt they really had to pick them because of last year with the pandemic. Not as many movies came out, and like there wasn't like your big movies like Bohemian Rhapsody or like literally Black Panther getting nominated. Still astounding to me. Like that's ridiculous. They shouldn't even be talked about.
Yeah, this year last year felt easier somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movies that needed to shined so brightly because there wasn't the big blockbusters kind of getting in the way.
Yeah.
But anyways,
also, the camera that they use for this is an Arri Alexa Mini, which is a very affordable movie camera. I kind of want to buy one.
that'd be cool.
6 to 10 grand.
Affordable.
It's more affordable than a Red camera.
That's
Okay.
true. That's true. But anyways, we're the continuity crew. I'm Will.
That's
when. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We love movies. We love y'all. Check out down below for socials, all that good stuff. See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye. Have a great time.